Hey THO, welcome to Friday Night Fights. Back at it. Nine rolling in. Got some playoffs going on. Much. Anyway, Heroes ready to rock and roll. Legacies rock and roll as well. We got Wild Series kickoff there. Offs as well. But I'd like to introduce the two casters that are helping me out tonight here for Friday Night Fights. We got Dankus Dad. How you doing, Dankus Dad?
Doing great and happy to be back on a Friday for some playoff Hearthstone.
Playoffs. So
Playoffs?
yeah, Jim Moore on there on our screen if you haven't seen it before. Playoffs thing. We got Wild Nine. How you doing,
Hey,
Wild
how's
Nine?
it going? Doing good. Excited to be here. Glad that get to cast the game here or there.
Now and again, I just saw that got to change the op that's effectively doing the show, and it says it's you that's doing it. So I'll exit stage right and good to go.
Definitely, that could be a problem. Be a very
But
serious problem for the stream.
yeah, yeah. So we just have one game. It's a Hero Series tonight. You guys can take it away since you already know the bands. Players are ready to evaluate and add some
Yeah,
flavor to it.
yeah, though. Let's get into it. We've got Pokemon 661 here with the Death Knight, Mage, Shaman, and Warlock going up against Dragon Rider with her Mage, Paladin, Shaman, and Warlock. So we're seeing a common trend here with some of the best classes, but looks like Pokemon's Paladin got a little corrupted, and it's a Death Knight now.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things interesting, of course, is Dragon Rider not bringing the DK, right? And so with the bans too, no real surprises, right? Rider banning the DK, and then Pokemon, since there's no DK to ban, banning the Shaman instead. Basically banning the best decks.
Yep, and so no real surprises. So looking at these classes then, what can we expect? So, the Death Knight for Pokemon is probably going to be Frost. Ping Mage has been more popular than aggro. Shaman was probably evolved still for Pokemon, and the Warlock could go either way between Imps and Phylactery. What do you think Dragon Rider's cooking though over there?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that uh, thinking about the Warlock, it kind of depends on whether you're trying to answer the mage or not, right? And whether you're predicting the mage to be ping mage, right? Because Phylactery certainly is very good. Warlock in general, just generally very good against most mages. So I think that it's going to be interesting. I wonder what the plan is against Shaman in particular. Like maybe the Dragon Rider's thinking about a control pally or something for that Shaman, some way to get an edge. Otherwise, I also kind of think it'll be very similar, right? Some kind of ping mage, something like that, and a warlock that helps you beat the mage.
Absolutely. And, I think Paladin could be the biggest question mark of all, though. Just that tension of whether to go pure control is so interesting because control can, while it's not, a world beater, it can, do pretty well get up against something like Shaman. And, with the Death Knight absorbing the ban, maybe Dragon Rider went with that as, some type of counter.
Yeah, I mean, one possibility is that if you are bringing the paladin, maybe the paladin targets the warlock. Like, if you expect phylactery warlock and ping mage, then your mage hopefully beats the shaman, right? Your warlock hopefully beats the mage, and your paladin beats the warlock, right? So then it
Right.
becomes, rock, paper, scissors, and then it's kind of like Q order. So maybe you're hoping, like, let's start the mage to snipe that shaman. If you get that matchup
Hmm.
to start off, then maybe you're in good shape, right? So even though you don't have the DK to absorb the ban and the shaman gets banned instead, that seems pretty reasonable in terms of a response.
Definitely. Well, enough speculation, though. The match is here. So let's get on into it and see what our players are leading off with.
I gotta see if I can lead off with Hearthstone's. So can't spec anybody.
Uh,
Is it
Thank
bugged?
you to Blizzard.
Don't know. Do you
Sounds like
guys
a
have
bug.
better luck than I do, or
I'm working on
Yeah,
it.
I'm in on Pokemon's view,
right?
and yeah, Dragon. So we have Shaman for Pokemon, and we have Mage for Dragon Rider. So it's exactly kind of like I was thinking, maybe, right? Trying to snipe out that Shaman in the first matchup. It does look like a Ping Mage, and it does look like an Evolved Shaman as well. So nothing too surprising there.
We're gonna have to do some radio play-by-play for right now.
All right.
Yeah, mine is supposedly loading in,
Oh,
so
I'm sorry.
anytime
It
I'm.
is. It is not a Ping Mage. It is a big spell
Whoa.
mage. I just realized. I just saw the Drakefire amulet come into hand.
Well, here we go.
So that is interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
we can
I'm
see the
fairly
night
certain
cloaks.
because I think I looked at this that the big spell mage is like 50-50-ish with the shaman. It's not too behind, but it's not too ahead either.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Oh,
sure
and
it's based
there's.
on things. Oh no, is this right? Yeah, I think it's based.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't remember what I was looking at, but uh, kind of makes sense, I guess. Like you have some kind of shy here. It's kind of like a 50-50. I'm surprised there's no ping mage though. I kind of thought that that would be the approach.
Yeah, I mean that's tended to be the mage we've seen lately, but big spell could be a good choice here, especially if there's a Belinda or a barbaric sorceress in the future.
Yeah, so
But
no Belinda in hand. I'm assuming that nothing's on screen yet, right? So,
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
you're
yeah,
both in.
we got the
Everyone's in.
yep. Well, I Saku's not. I am made it, but
All right. Interesting play for Dragon Rider. She plays the Sanctum, but does not use the hero power. So I guess she's trying to save that. Although she also has ping available. So interesting that she didn't just generate a 2/2 for tempo's sake, right? Maybe saving them,
yeah,
assuming that she might need that for later. But so
yeah.
far, the shaman has pretty much whiffed.
Well,
We
to
might
some
see
extent, there
that
is the
one.
possibility of a turn 5 Neptune here, but I think Dragon
Right,
Rider
right.
probably will pick Minion and shut that down.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's true.
you,
The pre-science into the Jin plus the Tide Hunter.
you know, at this point, though, it does look like, Pokemon has been forced to play a good old-fashioned Shaman curve of do nothing into no 10 drop. So things are looking up on the big spell mages side of the board. See if
Yeah.
Dragon Rider will commit the Nightcloak Sanctum into the 2/3 taunt, leaving up the Okani with minion counter, but oh, big draw there with the Knoll. Convincing
Oh,
Disguise Test.
so convincing disguise to test, yeah, the spell.
Yep, and into a command of Neptune. It's a smart compromise here to
Yep,
deal with this Okani.
very good.
And just like that, the game has gotten pretty hard for Dragon Rider. She's doesn't have a clean way to clear off these 5/2s, and there is a 10 drop coming down next turn for Pokemon if he wants it.
Well, hopefully this skeleton takes care of one of them, right?
One would hope, and it does. Might
All
see
right.
the watch post come down as a bit of a sacrificial lamb here, and that's a primordial wave.
well, I'm in. I finally got sourced out what the problem was.
Just in time for
Nice.
Thaddeus.
Yep.
Yep.
Thaddeus showed up on
And that
screen.
Vol'jin can bring out the Neptulon. Yeah, this game got
That
hard all of a
that
sudden.
that is a board
Pretty
out
good
of
turn.
literally nothing.
Out of nowhere.
So
There
Dragon
was
Rider can freeze 2 of these right now, but this damage is gonna be getting in there next turn.
there was
But
basically nothing on the board when this turn started.
uh, Mailbox Dancer is a huge pickup. This gives Dragon Rider a chance to go Rune of the Archmage next turn and maybe
Yeah.
scam this game right back.
But she's facing down lethal right now.
Right, but even with the
Oh, with
Dancer, there
freezes,
are
right?
still the 2 freezes that can limit the damage to 11 unless there's a Bloodlust that we don't know about in the deck lurking on top. Alright, we'll probably see the 1 mana Brukan come down.
The muck pool. So many cute things to do.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We'll see how Pokemon sequences the turn. Smartly, we'll get in the attacks with the hands here in case the Volatile Skeleton pops one of them after the
Trades one.
Lightning hero power is chosen, I think. I'm assuming
Yeah,
we'll
looks
see the
like it's
Lightning
clearing.
Fireball. Yep. Fire Invocation. Lightning Invocation. And what's the roll? It's the healing. So guessing that Pokemon probably won't use that this turn, but why not, right?
Why not? Not doing too much else, seems like.
Oh.
Oh, gets the 6 damage to face. Oh, there's only one
Yeah.
play, which is to roll the dice.
Well, Dragon Rider gets to roll the dice 3 turns in a row if this roll works out. So I don't even know what to think of this game anymore.
What's in the box? Is what
Rune take the wheel.
Rune take the
Jackson.
wheel.
1 freeze.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
Up, Ignite kills a minion. Makes the Belinda a little worse, but hey.
Oh. Oh no.
Ice Blood Tower. Hold on.
He's still dead to
Oh
board.
no! It's dead.
We're still dead to the board.
The Ignite. Well, Rune of the Archmage did not want to save the day, and just like that, the big spell mage is gone.
Yeah. I gotta say, I don't know. I know you gotta just trust in the rune, but it's always so disappointing. Worst feeling.
So we're going by last year's standing here, which means player winning gets to stay on the board.
Yeah, what beats this shaman then? It wasn't gonna be the mage. What is it gonna be?
I'm guessing we're going to see the Paladin. That's
I'm
my
guessing
bold
that too.
prediction.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's Paladin as well. Yep.
And it looks like it's pure. Those are class action lawyers, which are the cards you want to see in this matchup, to be fair.
Sure. Would you keep both though? Or throw one back?
I'd keep one. I think you really want to find that one drop. If the Battle Vicar was a 1 though, I think keeping 2 would probably be okay.
You do see in Pokemon's hand a pretty decent start. I mean, you could probably keep most of this if you wanted. Muckpool is not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the things to consider is the far side or not. Oh, you got a null.
Null in the muck pools. Those are the things you want.
Right.
So muck
Interesting.
Come on down.
I don't have the null math, but do you ever just hold that and then point it out after you play the null?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I don't have the math. I know the math when you have when you make
schooling.
Schooling. Yeah. I assume the math would have been fine. Or like, I guess it depends on whether you play the chisel or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, that presence makes things easier.
Definitely.
So probably we'll see a coin presence next turn, and then the null to follow it up the turn after
that. This is not. Well, this is some kind of. Well, there's a Holy Maki roll. I guess was discovered, right?
Yes.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, the Maki roll does give a little bit of survivability later in the game. Can also be used to turbo out the light rays. And here we see the Seal of Blood into a trade.
Okay, we're not coining.
Interesting not to see the coin impressions, but, well, Blazing Transmutation does not hurt.
Right. I mean, now I guess in some sense it doesn't really matter because you have the muck pool on the board.
Yeah.
Do you just prefer the Discover? Just in case.
I like this order in the court play here to start getting this Light Ray engine going. But no equality. We're going face. Now it's time to go for 10.
Makes sense.
And it is Denathrius. Snap pick.
That's
pretty much not really a good one here, though.
Sure.
Since it is all the same to the class action lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has a response. That's good. And also throw down some or one light ray if they want.
Yep.
At the play.
Well, we could see the double light ray here because of the Holy Maki roll. That is
that's the other line. Right. That's the other line is to pop a bunch of them just for fun and then play 2 light rays. Okay, interesting.
Work Vocalist. Let's a little bit of extra damage get to push face, make an even trade there.
Okay.
Not bad. Little susceptible to Primordial Wave, but I think this might be Dragon Rider respecting the command of Neptulon that could be coming from the other side.
Assuming this Pure Pally runs like the Blood Crusader, it would just be one off of the... Oh, yeah, sorry, that's in hand. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, so this next turn is going to be perfect.
Right, unless this version runs Cariel, which is something that Pure Paladins have started doing again, but we'll see. Not all of them do. So, could really go either way. What's the 6?
Ooh,
not much better, and it is the Countess. That's excellent. So, Dragon Rider can do it all this turn. She's got Blood Crusader, Countess, double Light Ray. That's a power play.
It's huge. Oh. Yeah, see, Pure Pally totally fine. Just roll the nuts.
I mean, even still, it's only 22/22 of stats on turn 6. Like, it's almost like a moderate Miracle Rogue turn.
True. I mean,
they didn't even draw any cards. Come on.
Considering that you are that this is like your optimal curve, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Now we are going to get more stats on board, in theory.
Let's see who's invited. Gigalit, Gigafin, let's go.
Security for the just in case. A shaman pops off and has a... Oh, we didn't take it though, right? Did we take it? Oh yeah, we did.
Drakuru is a good one here.
That's great.
And then, those are not as great, but
these are not as good. Yeah, the first 2 were great.
Benedictus, why not, right? So you're mana 5/6? Oh, no.
Just in case, maybe, right? In case you need to kill a big minion.
Yeah, let's see this Drakuru. I want to see this 2/2 get grabbed here and become a 6/4.
Nice. Now a 6/4 Dormit.
Yep. And all of a sudden, game got tough for Pokemon, just like that.
Over, right? Don't see an out. You just have to transform and hope.
Yeah. Could be Light Shower Elemental. Could be... Nope. The Countess gets it done. We'll see if the immune trade gets taken here. No. Dragon Rider hates value. She just wants to end this one. Get on with her night.
Just
even things. Yep.
I found out my problem. Not actually Blizzard. It was actually with me.
Was
Oh.
It was an ID 10T issue. So
mm.
that means I was in the Europe region when I was trying to find Dragon Rider in their NA
Oh
region.
no.
I had to have a giggle. Just did that pro tip in the chat. So
Well, now what beats the Pure Pally?
Well, if the stats told us anything last week, it's probably anything. But, you know, sometimes the Countess just pops off and makes it hard. So we'll see. I feel like it might be a time to sneak the Warlock through, maybe. Mage. Mage, I think, could also be a reasonable choice, but I'm really not sure. I guess that's the nature of closed lists, right? It's just hard to tell.
Right.
And it's the Warlock.
Yeah, Warlock comes out.
she tuned
Yeah,
the crowd.
and it is imps.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the Warlock comes out, then I would assume it's probably Imps,
And
and
that
not Phylactery.
yeah, and we've got the double pun here. We've got Nothing's Impossible in the opening hand, which is the new mini set card that really has shot Imp Warlock back into being a real deck, and it's one that can compete once you at least take Death Knight out of the picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is I like this deck choice too, in part because maybe you're assuming, or maybe you're thinking not only it could be Pure Pally, which Imp Block should be favored in, but also you're thinking it could be any kind of other Warlock, and this would probably have an edge against most other Warlock lists. Certainly against
Yeah,
Phylactery, I imagine.
definitely. This draw, though, for Dragon Rider is phenomenal. She is in such a commanding position right out the gate.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the draw, well, it's not as good, but it's not bad.
yeah, I really like this play here from Pokemon to use the coin.
Yeah,
But
I like that too.
Orc Quel'Thalas is just such a strong card here. And the coin really makes that
Much
a
weaker,
little bit more awkward.
right? Like you
Could see
don't.
that.
The 1/3s are a problem, right? You don't really have a
Yeah,
way to not get value traded here.
right. And, Katori Lightblade just gets eaten. So this is not the best, but ooh, Nothing's
Ooh.
Impossible is going to be really strong on turn 4.
Oh, oh,
Oh,
sorry. I
okay.
saw the
You saw
pointing, and
it too. You saw it too.
I was a little concerned.
I was holding my
Oh,
breath. Oh, wow.
that
I
value
mean,
trade.
it's gonna get super punished, but wow. Pokemon says there is no way that Dragon Rider has her second one drop. Just no chance.
All right. Well,
It's not a huge punish
not too
though,
bad.
but
Yeah.
it's gonna leave this 5/1 around that's a little bit awkward and can maybe push some extra damage.
Would you have taken the 3/2 there instead of the 2/1, or I guess on turn
Eh,
3 with Fiendish Circle, probably better to kill
Yeah,
there.
I think that realistically, I like removing the imp because I think that the trade's happening either way.
Right.
But I don't think there's realistically a situation where it matters, especially now that we're gonna find. Oh wow,
Ooh.
oh
I
wow,
mean, there's so many things that seem good, but yeah, nothing is impossible, and then the impending catastrophe seems really, really nice.
yeah. So all the reload,
Oh my
second Nothing's
goodness.
Impossible that could hit the first
Oh,
one.
these grimoires of
Grimoire here.
sacrifice.
Well, they don't even need to be used here. Just
Nice.
this play here. All the Murloc imps are
Yep.
coming.
And here comes the Murlocula as well.
Yeah.
We're fully loaded.
And Paladin just is not good this game at drawing cards that cost more than 2. This could be a bit of a problem for Dragon Rider.
Yeah, I'm sure this is the reason why Implock is favored. Blowout turns. You don't really have an ability to stop the board from going this wide.
Yeah. And that second Nothing's Impossible is going to be such a backbreaker next turn.
Sure.
And even or it could go with the Mischievous Imp into a Grimoire. There's so many
Yeah,
possible plays here.
sure.
I
I
think
like that.
that's the
I
one
like
we're
a little
going to
bit
see.
better. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
Yep. It just works.
Whew.
Get that one
And
health.
no way to clear the wide board here. And
Yeah. And,
not
well, it's
not
another one.
not much of a way to catch up either. Like to catch up
No.
on board or like have some kind of tempo play.
And as soon as that shady bartender shows up, it's even more lights out than this.
I mean, at this point, you have to pray that you're for somehow Implock doesn't have the nuts, right? That's their only way back.
Well, at this point, I don't even think for this Paladin deck there is a way.
Yeah.
I mean, as I see it, slam all the minions, hope your next draw is the Countess, hope you're not
Right.
dead in 2 turns, and hope the invitations bail you out. But
Yeah.
step one, all the cards have been slammed down. There is no shady bartender. So
Sure.
far, so good.
Yeah, delaying for sure. I think we know that there's also no carry-all, right? Because that's possibly the other consideration is
Hmm.
if there's a carry-all, maybe
Well,
there's
I
something.
think
But
I think Pokemon knows too, and
yeah,
I'd hope Dragon Rider does as well. But this is, yeah, not really looking possible, and there's no Countess, so that'll do.
yep. So we're 2-1 up for Pokemon, is that right?
That's right.
Right. And this should be, no matter what Warlock this is, although there is a real difference, whether it's Phylactery or whether it's Imp Curse or something like that, or Imp Lock, of course. Um,
Yeah.
but Pokemon's probably feeling pretty good. Also, maybe depends on what that last mage is.
Mm-hmm.
But in some ways, this could be a decider because if it is like Phylactery Warlock or something like that, and it's a Ping Mage, like that is a tough matchup for the Ping Mage.
And it looks like Dragon Rider has Curse Imps.
Ah, okay.
So I think in this position, I would say I'm more inclined to think Pokemon both being on the play and having the better early game is advantage, but you never know. Drag Below
Yeah.
is a tough keep there. It's a little slow, and these cards coming back in the mulligan really have to be good to justify that. And well, they're okay.
Yeah, they're not too bad.
Neither player has a great hand here, but I think Dragon Riders is the one I would want in this situation.
Ooh, need a 2-drop? That's good enough.
Yeah.
Praying for any 2-drop there, basically.
And
Let's
then
get one.
Shipment and Touch is like just that's the best draw in the deck right there. That's
Right.
amazing.
Yeah, huge.
Clear the board, get ahead, and
Yep, that's the
I
goal.
think Dragon
Just
Rider
survive the
suddenly
early game.
has taken the reins.
Right. Oh, keeps top decking reasonable responses. So that's good.
Yeah.
Enable the mischievous imp to be fully infused. Also very
Yeah.
helpful.
Do the trade there. And on the other side, they're still a bit far away from that. So we could see the double trade into the imps, or we could see the imp come down and let a trade up happen. But I think it's probably the double trade into the imps that makes the most sense.
Yeah, it seems pretty strong. And you also have, oh, wait,
No, we do see it this way.
okay.
So I don't think this was quite the best since it leaves you with it pushes 1 damage but leaves you with a 1/1 instead of a 3/3. So
Right.
comes off as a bit slow. And well, speaking of slow, Pokemon decides to draw cards instead of slamming
Ooh,
the bartender and taking the board, but is rewarded with this Nothing's Impossible.
very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting line.
Yeah.
Instead of going for the bartender there, especially because
Well,
yeah,
looks like Mischievous Imp is coming right back. Or oh, going
I
to see the
think it's
Rafam
coin
play.
Rafam here. This looks like.
Hmm. I guess the only thing is this gets really punished hard by a shady bartender or a Rafam coming the other way.
Mhm.
So we'll see.
Oh, interesting. Their
Well,
way to
bartender Grimoire just cleans this up.
clear. It's a full clear. It's not a full clear, is it?
Not a full clear, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
You can leave a 3/1, or you can clear all the imps and leave a Rafam behind. But this works out pretty great for Pokemon.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Man, this is very back and forth. In terms of the swings. I mean, in theory, though, Dragon Rider has like sustained the early game, right? Which is kind of your goal
Yeah.
here. You just need to get
Mm,
some better top decks. I would say that she's not getting the best top decks at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If she just hits the 6-drop clear and things like that, she's gonna be just fine. To be at
Yeah,
27 at this point of the game is, incredible in some ways.
absolutely.
Oh,
I think
interesting
though
that
that this
she
turn, I
tapped
think
it.
she kind of had to, but this turn is
Yeah.
just so slow.
You
Like I
didn't
think
like the mischievous imp. You just feel like she had to dig, right, for a better response in the long run
I would have liked tap into Mischievous Imp rather than
than
the
the
trade
shipment.
line,
Yeah. I
right?
think that would have been a little
But
bit better. Yeah.
still though, these imps threaten card draw, so maybe Pokemon does have to trade down.
Oh, this
Or
buff.
we're just gonna see the library and get all the health back. I like this.
You like trading as well, just to avoid impending catastrophe.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this does still put lethal on the board essentially, even with the
Right.
trades. Makes a lot of sense.
And I think unless there's a top deck Grimoire here, I think this is pretty over. Oh, we're gonna see the
Gonna go for a
library.
buff.
Yeah, this is gonna at least clean up the 7/8
Right. Feels
along with
pretty
the
bad
Grimoire.
though.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not good enough, it seems like. Still leaving up another 13 power on the board,
Oh,
but
no. The
nope,
Grimoire
nope, there's the
helps, right?
trade. Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 10 power still.
Yeah. We're at
But
8 with 3 imps showing. Oh my
oh,
goodness.
good draw. I mean, it had to happen eventually, but
Yeah.
that's pretty brutal there for of a break for Dragon Rider.
Oh no. Okay.
Nothing's impossible.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
It's
it's the
pretty
card.
disgusting.
Uh, and I think that'll ice it.
Right.
Probably. I don't think there's a combination of draws now that can handle this whole thing.
Right. You gotta.
Well, I
Okay.
guess,
I
yeah,
mean,
not anymore. Maybe, okay, so if this is the Abyssal Wave, Dragon Rider is still technically alive on
alive.
2, but it's not.
Oh, so sad. Because then she would have had follow up with Bronzebeard
Probably.
and Zakul, right?
Yeah,
Could
such a
have made
shame.
something interesting happen. Man, not drawing that at all. She's got 13 cards left.
Yeah, and
Didn't get a
unfortunately,
copy.
digging just will not get her there.
Right. This isn't gonna get her
Abyssal
there either.
Wave,
Oh, there it is.
Grimoire.
Too late.
But Grimoire just leaves a board of 2/2s. So
Right.
it is
A little too
not good
late.
enough.
The lethal is double flame imp.
Yeah, that's the honorable way to go out of here.
Yeah,
Do it for the
that's the
stream,
play.
Dragon Rider. Come
That is the
on.
play. We found lethal. Oh, singular.
No. No coward's way out. We just see the Grimoire come down, and those Murloc imps will finish it. And just like that.
Implock, good deck.
Yeah. Our work here is almost done, as Pokemon takes it 3-1.
Indeed. So jump on. Dude. Hey, Pokemon, congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you. Hi.
All done. So first off, Justin, mind if I call you Justin? Congratulations on
Call
winning.
me Justin.
So when you were brewing up this lineup here, when you were prepping with perhaps another Justin or four, or I don't know how many Justins you know, that's presumptuous. But when you were prepping for this, what was sort of your mentality here? How are you taking the approach to this meta where Frost Death Knight and Evolved Shaman are just such powerful pillars?
Yeah, so I had been talking to Justin Time, and he had told me that it was almost certainly going to be a Death Knight Shaman Bring. And I have been so I have prepped on all 4 of these decks before. A little bit less on the Death Knight, but I definitely know how to play it still. It's just like figuring out that my Death Knight was almost guaranteedly banned. So just figuring out how to play around that. I think that was how you kind of played this meta.
And with that too, so like we saw your deck choices. When you saw what Dragon Rider brought, like what sort of change went through there? Was there any adaptation?
Yeah. So when we saw that she happened to roll over, we were like, oh, okay. So we get to ban Shaman then. And that changed a lot. Because it meant that the Aggro Mage and the Shaman were really good matchups into basically everything that could have been brought. And then after that, then I just got to bring Implock because it was just a relatively solid deck. And it rounded it out.
Yeah, and well, nothing's impossible. Put in the work. Card looked
It put in a
phenomenal
lot
for
of
you.
work.
Yeah, that card definitely makes this deck pretty interesting. I feel like otherwise it's falls short. It gets wiped off after one clear, but now people have to use multiple clears right off of that.
Yeah, there was a time when I had the consideration, maybe they're gonna play Abyssal Curse on me. But because of the no fin, it meant that I was still gonna be left with 2/2s on the board. So that wasn't really an issue.
And yeah, I think that there were at least a turn or two before, there were a few draws that could have got Dragon Rider out of the jam. And I think had she picked up the Abyssal Curse, she would have been able to survive on 2 HP, but it would just not have been enough to bring her back from such a huge deficit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, once I hit the what's the card that drew me cards? Frick.
Impending
Impending
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe. Yeah. Once I hit that, it meant that I had a lot of cards still, so it was not looking very good at that point. It would have required some healing off of the Abyssal Curses.
Yeah.
Did you ever have consideration for bringing like Phylactery Warlock at all, or was that pretty much not a consideration?
it was definitely a consideration. Just when we saw that there was no Death Knight, it was definitely just Curse Imp and Imp were definitely the way to go, and we just chose Imp.
Nice.
Fair enough. So, with this early lead in the series now, you guys are up 4-1, get that one match win. Anything spicy we should be expecting from the late bloomers? Is there anything else coming out in this series? Teammates you want to call out? Decks to look for, maybe, or not? Keep it all a secret. But no, it's just the four of us. Saku's here too, but if you want to share, it's a nice intimate setting. No worries about anyone else here. It's
Yeah,
just us.
nobody's taking notes.
Yeah. Wild 9 might know this, but I don't look at my teammates' channels, so I have no clue what's going on. But I appreciate Justin for going ahead and helping me prep with this. He helped a lot with that, or just in time.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have left it vague, left every Justin to know in their hearts. who it
Every
was
Justin
that
in
made-
their hearts knows already.
Perfect. All right. So, any other? Well, we gotta ask a fun question for you. All right.
All
So,
right.
if there was one balance change you could make right now that was a buff, what would you change and why?
That was a buff.
A buff.
Okay, so I am very partial to Quest Hunter. I don't think it's a good deck. I don't think it would fix the meta at all, but I really want Quest Hunter back.
Hmm.
So fixing Quest Hunter to be back from deal damage to 3 spells to 2 for the first part, I think would make me happy.
That's
If we're talking about
interesting.
fixing the meta,
It's too much to ask for 2-mana Dragonbane shot. It's too much to ask, but
too much to ask.
No, actually,
I
that's
like that.
interesting. Like, if Quest Hunter was back in the meta, like if it was actually a reasonably decent deck, how that would shift the way it is. I don't know if it does anything for Shaman though. I guess.
Yeah, and the
You do
Vicious
have Urchin
Syndicate reported.
Spines.
Yeah. It actually
Poisonous
showed
Windfall.
up in the last Vicious Syndicate. I think it is actually the top performing Hunter deck right now.
Is that saying much though?
No.
Ouch.
No.
But true, if you did like alter it just a little bit, right? If you nudged it, it'd be interesting to see like what it could do against the field. Just because it could shape the meta in some ways. Obviously, you probably still have to tick down Frost DK and Shaman, but
Yeah.
it would be interesting. I could actually see that helping the meta diversify a little bit by putting a sort of counter or at least a soft answer to some of the more popular decks.
Yeah, exactly. Totally not just mentioning that because it's the deck that I enjoy.
Of course not.
Totally would help the meta. Yep.
Maybe, I'm a Blood Death Knight enjoyer. If they gave us a location with 3 charges that could kill your own minions and make a 4/5 rush, I feel like that would be pretty fair and maybe give Death Knight a chance to do something. I don't know. But
Right.
we'll see.
Great.
Well, yeah, Pokemon, thanks for playing and thanks for coming on. It was a blast having you and casting the match.
Thank you, and thank you guys for streaming and casting it.
Of course. All right, so
Right.
I think
All
with
right.
that, Saku, what else do we have going this weekend? Who else is in these playoffs?
I'm gonna defer to Wild 9. Is Wild 9 taking this match? There is a match
Oh,
that's in the wings, but if things are not going on, then it's
I have to double check, but it's possible that tomorrow night there may be one match. What time
okay.
did you say it was? 9 or 8?
Same time, yeah. So
9. Okay, okay.
yeah, but
Yeah, I
that's
still gotta double check,
yeah.
but that might be coming.
No
Well,
commitments. Yeah.
it would be the third match in this set. So if tab 1, it would seal. I don't know when the other matches are scheduled, so yeah.
All over the place. So, but on Sunday, there was supposed to be 2 matches, but something got rearranged. So we only have one match that's in Legacy, which is 9 p.m. Eastern start for Sunday Showdown. We got Yellow Dart versus Gimme Lamp. So that should be I think, taking a see what the score is at that. Yeah. It's over. There. Okay, so they're
Oh, it's yeah, it's in
F2L White
gold.
versus Dad
Right.
Legend. Yeah. So Dad Legend is up 8-3 so far. So 3 matches left to go. So my Anodon's gonna play Pescatarian. And then we got 2-star Mako playing King Viking 23. So Gimme Lamp. So if those games rip through, we may not have a Sunday night. Cross our fingers that it goes to Game 5. Or sorry, Match
We
5.
love
And Game 5.
we
Yes.
love a good match 5. Game 5, match 5. That's where you're going to be Sunday night at roughly 9:50 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep.
So
Nice.
Any final words before we exit the evening for the
Nope.
That was it.
well, I didn't have to tonight, but I hope that I never cast another match with Conquest Quarter. Prayers, everybody. Cross your fingers for me.
I mean, yeah, maybe by next week, right? Maybe by next. Well, no. You think they're gonna nerf it out of playability?
Oh no. The
I
Conquest
doubt it.
Quarter as it is now. I'm hoping for 3 ticks transform instead of destroy, or
Yeah.
3 to
Or
2
two ticks.
remove. Just yep,
Yeah.
3 mana,
I
2
think those are
charges,
good.
transform. That's all I
Transform
want.
is big. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying you're still gonna have to cast the card, just not the card in the current form.
Yes.
All right, well, that wraps it up. I want to thank Wild9 and Dankestad for helping me cast tonight's match. And I also want to thank the 2 players that were able to play, which is Pokemon 661 and Dragon Rider. Need players to stream matches, and to be able to cast matches, we need players still, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Thanks for everybody for joining us, and good luck in the playoffs. Take care, everybody.